Hi, I'm Ava Loy Lanning, Executive Director of NewStory Center. I'm so excited to tell you about where NewStory is going, but before I do that, I have to talk about where we've been. NewStory Center has been in the community for over 40 years. Some of you know us as Her Story House. Some of you know us as the Rutland County Women's Network and Shelter. What you may not know is that a little over 40 years ago, a group of fierce and passionate women started this organization because they saw the need. It was a time in our collective communities where we recognized that domestic violence and sexual assault was not a private issue. It was a public problem that we needed to address. We didn't need to sweep under the rug. We had women and children who needed places to go for safety. So those women, our courageous mothers in this movement and in this organization, started what has become NewStory Center. We are the domestic violence and sexual violence service provider for all of Rutland County. We have evolved in our work. We now know, as domestic violence and sexual assault has evolved, the way that it presents itself in our communities. We serve women, we serve men, we serve all gender identities and gender expressions, and we serve the children who are living in circumstances of domestic violence. We're thrilled to be here and be that resource for the community. We provide many things that so many of you, I'm certain, are familiar with. We provide emergency shelter, we have a food pantry, we're there to support people when they're in court, we are able to provide legal resources, and some of the things that you may not know about in the ways that our work has evolved, we serve survivors as they've moved well beyond their domestic violence, as they've turned the page and are starting to write their new chapter. We have an economic empowerment project. So many people that we serve are experiencing financial abuse and are sort of held in these abusive relationships because they don't have the means to move on, or they haven't had the education that allows them to get the job so that they're able to support and sustain themselves in a healthy way, in a way that makes them proud. And so we are doing that with our Turning the Page project. NewStory Center is a resource for our community partners, both an educational resource, a capacity building resource around the issues of domestic and sexual violence, as well as a partner in resource. So we partner with everyone in our community, including the business community, our private partners, our volunteers. We want everyone in this community to know that we're here if they need us. We want them to know that we're here if they want to come and spend some time with us, giving back to their community. We're here for that. We are excited to be a part of this community. So what's happening next for us? What is our next chapter? Well, we've bought a new building. It's beautiful. It's exciting. It is the next step in the evolution of our organization. The people we serve deserve a beautiful place to come to seek services. Our new space at 92 Grove Street, we're right across the street, catty corner from where we were at 101 Grove Street, where all of you know us to be. We are so excited to have this new opportunity for our amazing, incredibly talented, passionate, funny, wonderful team to spread out, to be comfortable, to be proud of the place where they're coming every day, to be able to welcome survivors and welcome community members into this beautiful space. We are all so excited. We're not leaving 101 Grove Street behind. That building has stood for well over 100 years. That building will continue to stand, and it will continue to serve survivors of domestic and sexual violence. In one of the ways that it's going to support those survivors is that it's going to go back to its original purpose. When we acquired it over 40 years ago, it was our original shelter. It's going to be shelter again. The outside is going to get a bit of a facelift. The inside is going to get a huge facelift. We're going to have multiple rooms, a couple of kitchens, and multiple bathrooms. It's going to be a fully accessible building. We are so excited for that project to take place. So be ready, look for the construction over there, and we look forward to you coming along with us as we write our next chapter.